and I develop coal of the sort that people want to buy. So I figure out where the coal is and how to get it to market. And I've done that for many, many years, and it's great fun. And as far as I'm concerned, if somebody's going to do it, better it should be that a girl does it, because we probably do it more carefully. True?
Is it hard?
Is it hard? Well, it's frustrating because there's a lot of paperwork and forms to be filled out, and then one works at it for years before one finally gets mining coal. But when you're finally underground digging coal, it's great fun. You meet the best people ever down a coal mine. All good people down there, all working hard together to take care of each other.
Wow. You get to go on one of those little carts that go around on little train tracks?
We don't have train tracks, but we ride around in buggies that sort of look like golf carts, and we have bigger coal cars that carry 14 people, and they're armor plated, and we ride around in those underground because we don't really want to get squished by falling rock. And it's a long way to get into the mine underground, so we're very concerned to get to the working face just as fresh and ready to work as we can be.
How do you get down there?
How do you get down there? Well, you climb into the coal car, and the coal car drives into the mountain for about half an hour or 3/4 of an hour, and then you get out with your tools and your lunchbox, and you go to the place where you're working and you start digging coal.
Is it dark down there?
Yeah, it's always dark down there. The sun hasn't shone there since the coal formed, so the only light that's in there is the light that you bring with you.
Wow.
Yeah, and the coal's black.
So you can't really see it.
You can't really see very much. If you turn your lamp off, it's really dark.
Wow. How many lamps do you have to take?
Well, I take one lamp on my head, and I take a spare lamp in my backpack, and I've got a flashlight tied to my belt, and I've got 2 light sticks. So I've got lots of sources of light, because you really don't want to find your way out by feeling the sides of the tunnel in the dark.
No, I like it, but Paige says she wants to see a little longer and talk, so what she wants, she
Do
gets.
you ever get like?
When do you want us back?
Do you ever?
Not very,
Did you
like,
ever get
15
trapped?
minutes.
Okay, I'll grab something.
No, I've
Be
never
right back.
got trapped in a coal mine. Once many years ago, when I was working in a coal mine in Nanaimo, my lamp went out on me, and I had to find my way out by sound. I could hear the sound of the air moving and the sound of the machinery, and I kept throwing stones ahead of me to hear the stones bouncing off the walls of the tunnel, and I knew my way out, so I just counted my way along the tunnel until I could see light. You only want to do that once.
Yeah.
It really pays to know where all the tunnels go.
Oh,
Oh, I was alone. I mean, they would have come looking for me if I didn't show up. But still, it was kind of dumb that I didn't check my lamp before I went underground. You only make that mistake once. It's really dark down there.
How are you gonna deal with that?
Do you have to like?
Oh, gee.
What kind of tools do you have to use to make the coal come
One
out?
moment at a
Okay,
time.
well, I'm a coal mining geologist, so the tools that I need are the tools that I use to survey the coal, to measure the coal, and to take samples. So I have a surveying instrument and a compass. I have a big measuring tape and a short measuring stick. And I have a walking stick that's got glow-in-the-dark tape on it, so I can pick it up and hold it up next to the roof and measure the rocks. And then I've got a flashlight to look at the coal with. And then I've got a shovel and a pick to dig the coal loose on the face, and then a little shovel to clean it up, and bags to put my samples in. And all that stuff I get to carry with me. I'm like a walking hardware store.
How long have you been doing coal mining?
First time I went underground in a coal mine would have been 1974.
Wow.
and it's 2010, so I've been at it for 36 years.
How old are you?
Should a lady ever tell anybody how old she is? Well, older than you are now, but younger than he is now. Somewhere in between. I think that's a fair answer.
Okay. Do you have any answers? No.
You don't get to talk to a coal miner every day, do you?
No.
You know, coal mining feeds my family.
Yeah.
It's a good business to be in. Like I said, somebody has to do it. It better be the people that want to do it and do it carefully and well.
Do you have any friends down there?
I've got a lot of friends in the coal mines all over the world. I meet really nice people.
Are you like, is there other girls?
Yeah, there are other girls. In the States, there are girls who drive the machines underground. And in the open pit mines up north, sometimes it's girls driving the big dump trucks or doing the surveying or doing the engineering. So there's more of us now. When I started out, you needed to get permission from the government inspector to go underground because the law said that women couldn't go down a coal mine.
Why not?
But, well, they were concerned that they'd make us work too hard and carry baskets of coal on our head and push coal cars with our hands. That was what it was like 200 years ago. It wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
But we do live in a better world now and we're more careful.
When do you go there? Like, do you go there on weekends or days?
Well, I used to go underground to do my surveying on Saturdays every week. So I worked in the mine office on the surface during the week, and on Saturday I would go down the hole with the workers in the coal mine. And now I go underground when I need to make measurements or inspect things. So I don't go underground as much as I used to. But I still like it down there because I know what the weather will be like every day. It will be dark, it will be muddy, it will be a little bit cold, it will be foggy, and there will be water coming out of the roof. It's the same way every time. And of course it'll be dark, always.
Is it like under a mountain or is it like a little shed?
Well, no, it goes in under a mountain. So there'll be like a little shed that you go into with a door, and you go through the door, and then you go down in the hole, and you follow the tunnel down into the mountain, and it goes downhill. And there's a lot of air rushing by because the mine has to be ventilated to keep it safe and clean inside there. So you walk down the tunnel to the coal face, and there it is. And if you walked in, it might take you hour and a half to get to where you need to be because it's a long walk.
Have you ever slept there?
No, they pay me to work, not sleep. You know, I think the boss would have something to say about it if I slept during the work shift. No, at the end of the day, you come out, and then you go and you have a shower, and you get all cleaned up, and then you go home.
Do they have lunch hours like me? A place?
Yeah, there's like regular lunch hour. At lunchtime, you get together with your buddies at a certain place underground where it's nice and warm, and you open up your lunch cans and you all have your lunch together, and you talk about fishing and sports and politics and share your desserts with each other and stuff. Yeah, it's just like working in any other factory. Everybody's got a lunchbox.
Is it fun?
Yeah, most of the time it's fun. Sometimes it's hard work. If I have to dig a big hole in the floor of the coal mine to look at the rocks, then I'm going to be sitting there digging for the next hour. That's not so much fun. But it's nice to get the job done, and I feel good about it at the end of the day.
How come you need to get coal for?
How come we need to dig a hole?
No, how come you need to get the coal?
Oh, how come we need to get the coal? Because there are people in other countries that want to buy the coal so they can make steel, or they can make electricity, or they can make chemicals, or they can heat their houses. There's a lot of coal used in this world. We don't use very much coal here, but people overseas in other countries really value our coal because it meets their needs. It's got the right kind of chemistry for what they want to do with it. So they come here to buy it from us.
That's eccentric.
I think I used up all my questions.
Well, you're quite welcome. May I ask you a question? What do you think about coal mining?
She had my name there.
I think it would be fun.
That's nice.
That's cool. Well, when you're ready to come work in the coal mines, let me know.
Okay.
Maybe